It's Have I Got News for Your Ears, the podcast that breaks down all the news of the week with me, your host, Michael Ian Black, joined as always by my co-hosts Jim Biederman and Jodi Lennon, and very special guest today, reporting from Milan, Italia, my lovely wife, Martha. Say hi.
Hello.
Today on the podcast, we're going to be talking about Trump's beef with the Pope, what he thinks a doctor looks like, the election in Hungary and what it means for us, the latest with the Strait of Hormuz. We'll be right back. Buongiorno, it's Have I Got News for Your Ears, the podcast extension of the Have I Got News for You cinematic universe, recording today from Stila 33 in Milan, Italy, where I am vacationing for the month with my wife, Martha, who's joining the podcast today. Also joining us, as always, co-hosts Jim Biederman and Jodi Lennon. How are things back on the continent of North America?
Jesus.
It's really wordy.
It's a beautiful day here in New York City.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a future where you guys will start dressing alike?
I will tell you that when we were boarding the flight to Milan, we saw a family of 4.
Oh, yes.
And they were all wearing the same, what would you call that?
They were sweats,
Beige?
but a matching
like tracksuits?
beige.
Yeah, matching beige sweatpants
They looked
and
brand new,
sweat
actually.
jacket. It was very strange.
They also look brand new. They looked very Italian-American.
Right, which is a very different thing than Italian.
Okay, guys. Okay, you're getting to know the culture. I like it.
Our Italian producer, Mappi, is looking at us and going, yes, I know what you're talking about. And I feel the particular shame of being Italian and knowing what Italian-American looks like. What's in the news this week, guys?
Great stuff. Here we go.
Oh, by the way, before we even get to the news this week, let's talk about last week. Because last week, we both had predictions about what was going to go down. And I said, I think he's going to bomb the shit out of Iran.
Right.
And both of you said, I think he's going to chicken out and there's going to be a ceasefire. And you were right and I was wrong.
Jodi said it and I jumped on that bandwagon. Mm-hmm.
And there's still an opportunity for you to be correct.
That's where I was going. I think in the long run, my prediction will have turned out to be more correct.
Here's something you could never have predicted.
New tonight, President Donald Trump firing back at Pope Leo XIV after the pontiff sharply criticized the war in Iran this weekend. The president blasting the Pope on social media, saying he should, quote, stop catering to the radical left, calling him weak on crime and terrible for foreign policy.
Weak on crime. Weak on crime. Didn't Pope Leo run on a whole anti-crime
No, it was a pro-crime
But what does that
message.
even mean? The only thing he controls is Vatican City.
And
in terms of crime.
if you walk through Vatican City, it's
crime-ridden.
It's very dangerous.
It's not.
There
There's
are
a lot of pigeons.
If you walk by any random bishop in the Vatican, you better check your wallet. It's not going to be there.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, it's a weird thing for him to say.
Well, I mean, yeah. But what does it mean that the Pope is weak on foreign policy? Whose foreign policy?
That's not inaccurate.
It represents Catholics all over the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not so much MAGA. Not as much MAGA.
There are
as
70
Catholics.
million Catholics in the United States. A majority of them did vote for Donald Trump.
I find that really surprising as a Catholic in the United States.
Well, I think
Especially since Pope Francis was there.
as we've talked about, I think at some length, maybe on this podcast or maybe just you and I together, there does seem to be a split in American Catholicism between there's a very conservative wing of American Catholicism and there's a very progressive wing of American Catholicism. Thank you. And it does seem, so yeah, I guess I'm surprised
I don't
too.
even know if that's true, and I'm a Catholic.
But we know it's true because you grew up in a very progressive Catholic environment.
I'm not.
And we know that like the Boston Catholics, the New York Catholics tend to be a lot more conservative.
I don't know if that's true.
He's an Illinois Catholic.
He's a Chicago Catholic, right? A
Chicago Catholic.
Chicago Catholic. So far my theory holds water. Midwest Catholics, progressive. East Coast Catholics, conservative.
Do you think when he says that he's weak on crime, it's because he's pro-peace?
No, I think Michael was right. The pickpockets in Vatican Square, out of control.
I just don't think he knows what he does.
You don't think he knows what the Pope does?
No.
I think you're right.
Martha, he's the president of the United States. I think he knows.
He just knows that all those comedians got invited to the Vatican, and he didn't get invited.
It's just insanity that an American president in a nation that, as you said, has tens and tens of millions of Catholics would go out of his way, seemingly for no reason, to attack the Pope, who I believe is very popular in the United States of America. For one thing, he's American.
Right.
And also, I think just politically, if we can pin him down somewhere, it seems like he's a humanist, as a Pope should be.
Well, that's why he doesn't he's only going after the Pope because he's very powerful and he is a humanist. And
maybe because he is popular.
Everything he stands for is antithetical to what Trump is doing. So
I didn't know by having Martha on, we were going to get mean about Donald Trump.
Yeah. I should have warned you.
Didn't Trump invite the Pope to the United States and wanted to have a visit with him, but the Pope denied it and said...
I don't remember. Is that true?
A week ago.
The White House dispatched
10 days ago.
JD Vance to invite the Pope to the United States for the 250th anniversary celebration.
Right.
The Pope declined and said he is going to spend that day with immigrants, which I thought was chef's kiss.
Exactly. And he also
that's
said...
perfect.
He also said he wanted to meet with Obama.
Well, two Chicago guys.
Yeah, they're two Chicago guys. What are you going to do? Here is Trump answering questions.
Why did you attack Pope Leo on Truth Social?
I don't think he's doing a very good job. He likes crime, I guess. He hit us. Think of it. He's worried about fear. What about the fear when the ministers and the priests and all of those great people that were arrested during COVID, and in many cases they're outside 10 feet apart and they were arrested. So we don't like it.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What is he talking about?
The Pope was arresting people during COVID.
Yeah.
And somehow we think that means he's weak on crime. No.
So I have
the
a
opposite.
question.
Even if that were true.
Moppy, I just need to point out, Moppy, when she sees Trump's face, again, our Italian producer, she's sitting there like this. She cannot believe it. Moppy represents the whole world right now.
I think Trump has costume blindness.
Costume blindness?
Yeah. I think he doesn't know what a police officer looks like, what a pope looks like. Maybe he thinks
Pope doesn't arrest.
Right. He thinks a pope's costume is a police uniform. He thinks Jesus is a
crazy,
doctor.
guys.
I'll pull out even more. I'll zoom out more on that analogy. I don't think he understands religion at all, so that all of the ministers and the popes and the whatever, it's like when John Heilman interviewed him before the 2016 election and said, do you read the Bible? He said, yeah, I love the Bible. He said, which are you, a New Testament guy, an Old Testament guy? His answer was, I like both of them.
Yeah.
And he said, well, what's your favorite passage? Yeah, it's very personal, but I love them all. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. I don't know what he's referencing other than probably 10 different stories smashed into one.
It's called the weave, Jim. And if you don't understand it by now, you're never going to get it.
It's a sign of intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you know that he took a cognitive test 3 times, the only president to do so?
I
nailed
think
it
probably
every
more.
time.
I'm going to guess more.
They're going to give it to him again, right? People think this kind of display is further evidence that he's losing it.
This is what Jodi's referencing about basically, is he nuts? Is he lost it? This is outside of the Oval Office.
Mr. President, did you post that picture of yourself depicted as Jesus Christ?
Well, it wasn't depicted. It was me. I did post it, and I thought it was me as a doctor, and had to do with Red Cross as a Red Cross worker there, which we support. And only the fake news could come up with that one. So I just heard about it, and I said, how did they come up with that? It's supposed to be me as a doctor making people better, and I do make people better. I make people a lot better.
Oh my God, the picture's amazing.
Bizarre. There's no other way to interpret that.
Yeah.
A doctor never has a halo.
Or balls of light coming from his palms.
Or a flying Statue of Liberty angel.
You interpreted that as the Statue of Liberty?
It's got the statue's crown.
Oh, it is?
I took it as Baal, the demon Baal, B-A-A-L.
Yes,
if you look at illustrations of Baal, it looks just like that.
How does he say he thought he was a doctor? How does he say that? How did they edit out all the laughter on the other side of the hall there?
I just want some, like a cameraman who's like, I don't know, a week away from retirement, just go, "You're an asshole," like right from the back. But it never happened.
I guess with confidence
Somebody must have said, you could have said, just say you were a doctor. The closest thing that it could possibly be.
I like that a lot. I'll say I'm a doctor. It's a good idea, Jodi.
Kind of like you may be a doctor.
That little press clip was part of. He ordered DoorDash. He ordered McDonald's and got a DoorDash driver to deliver it to the Oval Office.
Okay, Jim.
Right?
Sure he did.
All right. Well, here we go.
Well, nice to see you.
Nice to meet you. I have your DoorDash order for you, Mr. President.
Oh, that's very nice. Look at this. This doesn't look staged, does it?
They're all your favorites.
That's right. These are good. DoorDash is doing a good job.
We try.
The reason for this is the fact that I heard you picked up an extra $11,000 that you didn't think you, because the tax bill was so big, the refund was the biggest you've ever had. Is that a correct statement?
It definitely was.
Well,
Yeah, I saved over $11,000 by not having to claim.
it was such an honor to meet you. And I think you voted for me, do you think?
Maybe.
Yeah? I heard you're a great supporter, and we appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'll put this over here, and why don't we have a news conference with the president?
Okay.
Want to do it?
Sure.
Sure.
He wants her to basically hug him and say, "Thank you, Mr. President,
Yeah,
for
and then she kind of
the $11,000 that only you could have gotten me."
And by the way,
return."
did she vote for him or not?
She did.
I
We don't
said
know.
maybe.
She says, maybe.
What I've seen, and I don't know the accuracy of what I've seen, is this woman is obviously a Trump supporter who is heavily involved in Republican politics and wherever she's from. She's not from D.C. Her husband apparently is dying from cancer. They brought her in
From
to
Arkansas,
do this.
I think.
Oh, is it Arkansas? They brought her in to do this stunt. He hands her $100 bill as a tip. What is that going to do for her dying husband right now? And the fact that you have this senior citizen who is essentially forced to work DoorDash. I'm sure it's not what she wants to be doing with her time.
Right.
It just speaks volumes about how bankrupt we are right now as a country.
And that
Just
McDonald's has
utterly
got to
bankrupt.
be cold if it's all the way from Arkansas.
That's a great point and one I hadn't thought of.
Here we go.
They want to have men playing in women's sport. Do you think that men should play in women's sports?
I really don't have an opinion on that.
You don't, I'll bet you do.
No, I'm here about
Pizza.
no tax on tips.
Yeah. Okay.
And then he pats her on the back.
You know what I love about
like
her?
She's a
Sticks to
football
the
player.
fucking script. Any other
Yeah.
like lame-o would have come in and said, "Yeah, you know what? I don't think men should." That's crazy. No, she stuck to the script. God bless her.
Do you think they paid for her Greyhound ticket to come up, or do you think?
I hope so. I just see the Caroline Leavitt's team going like, "Okay,
Maybe.
today how are we going to get it off the topic, right?
Right.
Well, we got the DoorDash lady coming. Yeah, like do they really like do that when they huddle and they put their hands in the middle like, "Yeah,
I
go
think
take."
so.
I think they go.
this is going to be the
they go-
story. This is going to be the one.
I think they go, well, we got the DoorDash lady. And everybody's like,
That's
let's
not-
go with that.
I
Okay,
just
that's
I
fine.
wonder if you really start to believe that this is going to be the story that's going to knock off all Epstein off the rock and all
I
this
don't
stuff.
think so. I think even they're not that delusional. I think they just thought this is a feel-good thing. We can do this. It'll get some headlines. And of course, he butchers it. He butchers it
Yeah.
the way he butchers everything because he makes the already awkward thing that much more awkward.
This doesn't look staged, does it?
He asks her his humanist question, which I thought was very kind.
How are
but
you?
the whole thing is just awful.
I want him
He's a
to
little
do
flat.
it once a week. You know he gets McDonald's all the time. They should just keep bringing different DoorDash people.
Oh, that would be fun. Like on the old talk shows, like on the Steve Lawrence show or something. The doorbell would ring, and he'd be like, "I wonder who it could be." Why, it's Bert Lahr from The Wizard of Oz. Let's take a quick break. Back in a moment. While we're on break, why not hit subscribe and join?
So moving along, because there's a big story.
Yes.
This past Sunday, Viktor Orban was running for re-election in Hungary.
Can I pause you for 1 second? What's the name of the actor who gave his corneas away?
What? What? I assume you're talking about a dead actor.
Yes. He was on one of those cop shows.
And he gave his eyes away?
Oh, Jerry Orbach.
Jerry Orbach.
Yeah.
Oh, Jerry Orbach.
I really wish we were talking about Jerry Orbach.
Jodi, to your point, there are actually some very interesting trivia things about Jerry Orbach. First of all, people don't know that he was a fabulous song and dance man.
The Fantastics.
And then also,
he was like a Tony Award.
Yes, but what people also don't know about him is that he was the president of Hungary from 1980 to 1983.
Okay, you guys, but how does this relate to Viktor Orban?
Sorry, Martha.
Welcome to the show. This is how this works. Anything that's closely related to something else, we will sidetrack.
Yeah. Viktor Orban was running for re-election or something in
election.
Election, it wasn't really.
I understand the point you're making. Yeah. That election because it was rigged, but he lost.
He lost.
I think we have to say it was an election.
Spectacularly lost. They sent JD Vance over there to campaign.
Did everybody expect him to win? Was this like a huge surprise or not?
No. The polling had all indicated that this was the most likely result.
But there was a question. It's like, will he pull the levers that at his command to basically fake the election?
Well, they tried, right? They did have that sort of false flag thing that happened like a week ago it had just been reported that Russia and Hungary were trying to do some sort of false flag thing. And then after it was reported, it did happen. There was some sort of fire or some sort of explosion, right? You know what I'm talking about? So they tried their dirty tricks and it didn't work. And the result is people just partying in the streets in a preview of what American cities will be like in, let's say, 6 to 8 weeks from now. By the
way, it should be noted that the person who won was center-right. He's a conservative guy. But in the tradition, if you will, our tradition of the standard Republican who does believe in the things that you're supposed to believe in this country.
Like science?
Yes,
health. And
that's great.
Yeah.
Center-right Europe is what we think of as center-right Europe is very different than what we think of as center-right U.S.
Because they're still mostly socialist countries.
They go to Europe and they become fucking communists.
They're like, oh, Europe is like this.
Oh, Europe's doing
Well, I think center-right because they're all still socialist countries.
Yeah.
So they have a socialist support system.
So here's a little report on the election.
This morning, a major political defeat for President Trump overseas after one of his closest international allies was voted out. In a shakeup in Hungary's parliamentary election, voters ousted far-right Prime Minister Viktor Orban, ending his 16 years in power. Orban conceded defeat to the opposition leader there, who promised to steer Hungary back toward the European Union. The Trump administration had very publicly backed Viktor Orban for re-election. JD Vance even flew there and sat for campaign rallies with him. Clearly did not have the impact they were looking for.
Oh, you mean the angel of death, JD Vance? That JD Vance? Oh. The Pope killing JD Vance?
There was a graphic that I saw on social media. And again, when you see things on social media, take them with a grain of salt. Sure. But the graphic was essentially Orban's chances of winning versus, I wish I could pronounce his last name, Mygar, something, whatever the guy's name is. And it was sort of, the opposition leader was winning. JD Vance shows up, and right after JD Vance shows up, his poll numbers skyrocket and Orban's plummet, which is fabulous.
He's got a stink on him.
He sure does. It's the stink of couch, old couch.
Ooh, remember that?
Ooh, smelly old couch.
Orban, also, one of the wealthiest people in Hungary is his son-in-law.
Yes. Well, Orban wasn't one of the wealthiest people before he came into power.
Right. But his son-in-law is one of and fled from the country right after the election. Fled. Thank you. From the country right after the election because he knows he's going to be convicted of incredible corruption.
Wow.
Can't Trump pardon him?
No, but I was. I immediately thought of, geez, what kind of president of the United States would we have? Would one of our presidents have one of the wealthiest people in the country being a son-in-law? I don't think that's right.
Oh.
No. So it just the
Because
similarities.
we have ethics.
We have ethics. The similarities are unbelievable. Like the corruption level there was exposed more, I think, by the opposing party, but probably the same. Ours is probably the same. We just don't know how deep and how awful it is.
Oh, ours is way worse.
We're exposing it, but no one seems to care.
Well, that's true too.
I think it's because everybody understands
to do anything about it.
Everybody understands that this guy is wildly corrupt, wildly profiting off the presidency, wildly unconstitutional in terms of taking money from various governments through his meme coin and everything else. But because the crises that he's creating are so great all over the world that this feels like small potatoes, even though if it were any other president, he would already be impeached just from the corruption charges.
Also, we tried chasing this thing the first time around, right? And it didn't do any good. We went after every little thing he was doing that seemed somewhat illegal, and
which, by the way, is what you should do. When the president is committing illegal acts, you should go after every little thing he does, which is illegal.
This is the argument the right at the time would say is why they voted for him again, because we went after him too hard.
We picked on him, yeah.
Right. It was our fault.
What's so funny is I'm getting confused as to whether we're talking about Orban or Trump.
It doesn't matter.
I know.
Or Putin or Netanyahu.
I know nothing about Orban, but
it's all the same.
It was our fault for trying to prosecute his crimes, and also what we were wearing.
I'm still confused as to whether we're talking about Trump or Orban.
The Putin, Orban, Netanyahu, Trump combination is all about corruption, is all about just lining your pockets as much as you can, as quickly as you can before you get found out, at which point you either, I guess, go to Moscow or maybe Jerusalem. I hear Jerusalem's lovely this time of year.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little dry.
So do people that are pro-Trump or fans, are people like, oh, this is our future, maybe? Like,
there's a lot of concern that he is the canary in the coal mine. That Orban is the canary in the coal mine.
Same.
It seems like it very well could be, but
okay. So I'm the only one here who thinks this is bad. Meaning, I feel bad for Orban.
Oh no! On a personal level, I feel terrible for the guy. I mean, it's very, very difficult.
So he
lose
fled.
an election.
No, the son-in-law fled.
Oh,
Orban will flee, I guarantee you. Because what's his face has already said, we're prosecuting.
Yeah.
We're going after every single person.
What's his name?
That would presumably include Orban.
So the backdrop of all of this, I'm not Jesus, I'm a doctor.
yes. Okay. I
What do we call that?
Are we all just stoned?
Yeah.
Like just seems like this is the biggest stoner conversation.
Dude, I wasn't Jesus, I'm a doctor. Come on.
Okay,
I wish it were funny.
Okay, man.
So behind this whole I'm not Jesus, the Orban election, let's not minimize it. The DoorDash delivery and the tax discussion. There was another story going on.
Okay.
Does anyone know what it was?
I mean, I feel like it could be 50 things.
Iran.
Oh,
Iran.
So we come to a ceasefire for 2 weeks. Did you catch it? We come to a ceasefire for 2 weeks. They start negotiations. Again, they send the angel of death, JD Vance, to help them with Jared Kushner. Our own Hungarian son-in-law.
They sent our Saudi representative, Jared Kushner, which I think is great.
And and Witkoff.
And Witkoff.
Witkoff.
You know, I don't know. I don't even
Wait,
know
what's his background?
He's a
real estate guy.
Yeah,
They're all They're all New York real estate guys.
Yeah.
Trump
Guys,
met
this is
Witkoff
crazy.
in a bodega at
Correct.
3 in the
That is
morning. That's
true.
how they first met.
That's true. And and how did they meet?
Witkoff bought him a sandwich.
Yeah, why?
Because Trump didn't have
Because
any
he was
money.
hungry?
He didn't have any cat. Because he was hungry, yes. This is
hungry.
This
We're
isn't a
bringing it
logic
full
test.
circle.
There's a part of it. This is like, very good, Jodi. He was hungry. That makes sense. No, it's because he had no money.
So now that guy is negotiating with Iran.
He's buying Iran a sandwich, so to speak. So
It's not going well.
it didn't go well. It didn't go well because They only spent 20 hours. Just a little bit of history. So I believe it's the JPOAC, which was the Obama negotiated I should say John Kerry negotiated agreement with Britain, France, Germany, Russia, and Iran, and maybe a few Middle Eastern countries.
So Obama set that up.
Yeah, and it's for 15 years. Iran cannot enrich above a certain percentage of their uranium, which wouldn't basically allow them to never make a bomb. Dingleberry president comes in and says, that's a horrible, like everything Obama's horrible. He's going to throw it out. He throws it out. Their enrichment program just explodes, no pun intended, and they start going, great. So we don't have a deal anymore. We can do whatever the fuck we want. And then his whole purpose here of this war was, we got to stop him from making the bomb, which... Right. So fast forward to now, Angel of Death, JD Vance is there. What they want is 20-year. They want no enrichment back to JPOAC, and also an opening of the Strait of Hormuz, which wasn't closed before the war. But then, well, anyway, we all know what happened. So the negotiations didn't go well. They spent 21 hours. Now, the point of why I'm raising the JPOAC is it took 3 years.
Right.
Yeah.
And fucking Steve Witkoff, the guy who buys people sandwiches at 3 a.m. in the morning, for what in exchange, I don't know, spends 20 hours and then they leave.
What I didn't understand when they said, we're going to Pakistan on Saturday, I didn't realize they had a hard out at noon. It seems to me, if you're negotiating the end to a war, you probably give yourself some flex time.
Okay, first of all, you're being very unfair. They're in the best hotel in Islamabad, okay? But that conference room was booked for Sunday at noon. There was a wedding or something. So they only had that conference room. What are they going to do, go to the shitty hotel? No. These are all top-tier guys. So, yes, there was a hard... So continue with your criticism. He had a hard out. Here's how Trump does it.
We've totally defeated that country. And so let's see what happens. Maybe they make a deal, maybe they don't. From the standpoint of America, we win. We're in very deep negotiations with Iran. We win regardless. We've defeated them militarily. We're negotiating. Whether we make a deal or not makes no difference to me. And the reason is because we've won.
Then why the fuck are we in Pakistan trying to make a deal if it doesn't make a difference to them one way or the other?
It doesn't make a difference that I screwed up everything for the rest of the world.
Yeah.
So it is worth pointing out, most of the audience probably knows this, but just in case you don't, Trump grew up going to Norman Vincent Peale's church. Norman Vincent Peale was the founder of the power of positive thinking. And so that is what he was inundated with as a Ute. And so I think he legitimately believes if you just
Bowery Boys.
Right.
Envision it.
Or if you say it.
Yeah, just envision it. It makes it so.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back.
Here is the kind of a breakdown on Fox News.
But, it's extortion, and they're extorting the world. We don't get our oil from there. We have so much oil. And one thing you said, is I don't know if anybody heard it well, but we have boats pouring up to the United States. They'll be filling them up, and they'll be leaving, and they're going to be packed with the best oil you can get. Light, sweet crude. They're going to have the best oil that you can get. But so that's interesting, and it's great because we have a lot of oil. We don't get any. I mean, literally last year it was 1%. We did that as a favor. We don't need the Strait. But other countries do. And I will tell you, while we're on the subject, we're very disappointed with NATO. We're very, very disappointed that they didn't come.
While we're on the subject.
What he's saying is factually correct. The United States does not import oil from the Strait of Hormuz.
Correct.
But oil is a global commodity.
Correct.
And when you choke off oil from one place, it raises prices all over the world.
And it's also oil that's making plastics, oil that's making fertilizer. There's a bunch of things that oil does
and
that
also,
we are
again,
buying.
like the worst American thing to say, like, it only, all that matters is us.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I also didn't know that it was like coffee where, depending on where you got it in the world, it tasted sweeter.
It's sweeter. I actually think, so I had this similar reaction where then I realized, no, I think it is called sweet.
It is called sweet crude, whatever it is. So they label it differently. Okay. And that's the kind that gets processed into gasoline, I believe.
Because it's a lighter crude or something.
But it's all important and the Strait of Hormuz, as everybody has pointed out, is incredibly important as a choke point for the world economy. And when it's blockaded not once, but now twice, it's going to cause problems.
Yeah.
There's a double blockade.
So he then gets on with Maria Bartiromo, everyone's favorite crazy person.
I love her.
Watch her expression. Anyway,
I gotta see it, Jim. So do you believe the price of oil and gas will be lower before the midterm elections?
I hope so. I mean, I think so. It could be, or the same, or maybe a little bit higher, but it should be around the same. I think this won't be that much longer.
She's going, I'm handing you an opportunity to be like, oh, no, it'll be fine.
Oh, my God, he's a moron.
And he's not taking it.
Right. Did somebody else tweet that you were Jesus Christ?
Because you look like a doctor.
You look like a doctor. Just say you're a doctor.
I might be Jesus.
It sounds like what he's saying is that this conflict could be still occurring, or the strait could still be closed by November.
But also, the truth is, by the time I heard a great quote, oil prices shoot up like lightning and float back down like a feather. Because once they're up there, they stay for a long time for it to go through the entire supply chain around the world. Yeah. So even if it ends tomorrow, August, September is still a reality of $4 or more a gallon gas.
Wow. Who said that?
I have a real problem with that analogy.
Yeah, whose quote is that?
Lightning does not shoot up. What are you talking about?
Prices shoot the lightning
up
part
like
wrong.
lightning.
The feather
just means
part's
fast,
right.
Michael.
Jim meant John S. Hall from King Missile gave him that
Yes,
quote.
true.
And we know he's crazy. Where did that quote come from?
I will find it for you.
Bathroom wall at Hardee's?
There was a phone number attached. Here's more coverage on the war.
Mr. President, are another round of talks planned with Iran? And if so, will you send Vice President JD Vance with?
Well, he's done a good job, and Steve and Jared, they've all done a very good job. And I can tell you that we've been called by the other side. They'd like to make a deal very badly, very badly.
It's so crazy that these are the people, out of all the people that have all this experience in the world.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to negotiate
I don't know where you're going with this, Martha. I don't know where you're going with this.
2,500 square foot retail opportunity on Lexington Avenue? It requires the toughest negotiators in the world.
On that note,
holy cannoli.
Thank you so much for joining me on Have I Got News for Your Ears? I'm Michael Ian Black. I want to thank our co-hosts, Jim Biederman, Jodi Lennon. I want to thank my wife of 27 years, Martha, and of course, all of you. We will see you next week on a brand new episode. Have I Got News for Your Ears releases new episodes every Wednesday. Don't miss an episode. Follow us on Apple, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. Even better, you can watch the VODCAST on Spotify or on the Have I Got News for You YouTube channel. And while you're there, why don't you hit follow? Why don't you hit subscribe to the YouTube channel? You'll be so glad you did. I mean, you'll be over the moon. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to the HIGNFYE YouTube channel and be sure to click the bell to stay on top of all our great content. Even better, become a member for exclusive content, early access to videos, members-only shoutouts, and more. Click the join button below.